I think we're live streaming. I'm just double checking. Oh, we are. And I need to turn this down. Turn it off. Grab this link and put it in my Steam post and post it so that people on Steam, the blockchain, can see it. And then maybe they will come play with me. That would be nice. And I'm watching this, and hello, one person that's watching. How are you? So what I'm going to do, I figured to start out, I wanted to thank my son, and I'm going to see if I can turn this so I don't, not really. Oh, I know what I can do. Okay, well, this was kind of a spur of the moment thing because I was really didn't want to listen to Jeopardy. So, this is all kind of making it up as I go. And I have a tablet, which is the only thing I can live stream through, on top of a box that I've saved the whole 2 months I've been here, because it raises it up just enough so that you don't see just the lower area of me. You see my face. And then, yeah. So the box is needed. And let me see if I can, oh, that's that. So now I need to, okay, that's not going to work. I'm trying to make this so I can see if there's any chat. But I'm thinking I'm screwed either way. Really. Because, you know, it's the way it is. Okay, so if there is any chat, I don't know, let me know. I don't think it actually shows up on here, does it? There is no other message. I didn't know there was one to begin with. Okay. Do I see it on here? Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. So, the first thing I want to talk about today is the title of the live stream is my mom's watching Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy and now Fox News, which are really not any of my favorite things to watch. So I was getting a little bored, but the house is very small that I've been in for 2 months. So there really isn't any place to go that's quiet other than maybe outside, which is where I am. And now the neighbors are wondering why all the lights are on, probably out on the lanai. But it's actually cooler out here and more comfortable than it is in the house. It's like 80 degrees in the house and nice and cool out here. And I'm just going to ignore that red print that keeps popping up on my screen because last time it didn't matter anyway. So I wanted to thank my son because he was very sweet. And my birthday was on the 4th of February, and he made a post today, and he gave me 100 steam, which to me was very sweet. And it also proves that it's a family affair, meaning that not that we weren't close, because we were for many reasons, but it was a really neat thing that gave us more to talk about, I guess I would say. And that's how much I believe in the Steam blockchain is that he had asked a couple things that I wanted for my birthday, and one of them was steam. And so I got 100 extra steam, put it into my account today, and then pretty nice videos, who is very smart and just gorgeous, and I don't know how she does it. Also was very sweet and sent me 20 steam for my birthday, which she should not have done, and I thank her for it, because that was just a blowout surprise that she had done that, and it just showed up in my wallet. And she just did, I was a guest on P&B's Chit Chat show, which I watched tonight, and that is a great show. That is very entertaining and very fun, and it made me smile and laugh. So I was trying to find things to do to occupy my time, but I'm normally used to being in a very quiet atmosphere. So it's been really difficult for me to be around noise literally the whole time I'm awake. And so what I've been doing is staying up a little later and later as the days have gone on, and to get some of that just quiet and detox. I don't know if anybody else is like that, where you get like noise overload from TV and sounds and stuff. I'm very much like that. At home, I go all day I don't listen to the radio. I don't, other than certain shows on Discord, I don't watch TV. I just have it quiet. And then when my husband comes home, the TV gets turned on and it gets noisy. So I do have noise around me, but quite honestly, I'm more relaxed, happy, and I can think better when I'm surrounded by quiet. And I miss that a lot. But when somebody at a late age all of a sudden finds themselves alone, I think they miss the noise. So they're used to having TVs on and radios on, and they don't even hear it, which to me drives me nuts, because it's like, well, if you don't hear it, then turn it off. It's like, what's the sense of having something on if you can't hear it? If you're not watching it and paying attention to it, and you're not hearing it, I mean, I can see listening to a radio while you're cleaning or whatever. And some people work better when they have noise, but they're listening to the noise too. It's the blatant, like, walk out of a room and leave the noisy thing on, and you're sitting there going, and that drives me nuts. So I came outside, because it's like 80 degrees inside, and the heat is off, and the air is not on, and it's beautiful out here, other than it's a little noisy. But inside, it's even noisier. So I wanted to make sure I thanked my son, because he was very sweet. He was 2 days late, but that's okay. Because, you know, that's what happens. And he's going to be here on the 12th. So I will see him and his wife, ladies, in a few days. And I'm very, very excited about that. And then I go home a week from this Friday. So, and I'm very excited about that. Other than I'm going to freeze my bum off. It's going to be frozen. Very much. There was something else I was going to say before I got to the questions. Let me just go back to Steam. Oh, yesterday, there's a rewrite going on for at the Free Write House, and yesterday again, it was about this time of day, and the Hive, Jan, I wrote him a DM, and we started writing we write together, and it was just supposed to be fun. It's a cute story. It ended up to be a really cute story, really funny, but it is by no means in depth. It is by no means Shakespeare. It is just for fun, and then we got Ingenuity to come in and help us out. So there's a contest running, actually. If you go to my page or Engine's page or Jack Miller's page in the Hive, it's around, and you read the story, and if you can put in the comments who you think did each line, because that's how we did it, line by line, the closest one to it will win 2 SBD, and second place will win 1 SBD. So there is a small contest going on in that post. So if you want to win some SBD, that's how you can do that. And it's just a cute little story. Again, it's not Shakespeare. It's not meant to be Shakespeare. It's not meant to win a Nobel Peace Prize. It's just meant for fun. That's all it was. Luckily, I have friends and people I know that put up with me and me wanting to just be silly and goofy and play along with me, and I appreciate that more than anybody really knows, quite honestly. So, there is something else. Oh, so Coffee, who is a witness, has a show called The Coffee Hour or something like that. Let me look to get the real name. It's in the Alliance Castle, not to be confused with this new Steam Alliance. One sec. Not to be confused with the new Steam Alliance that has a working group and is doing that stuff. This is the Alliance group, so which, because of the confusion that's been happening, we seem to be calling it the Alliance Castle. And it was a group that is put out by Ingenuity or Engine or Witty, depending on how you know him as. But he's all over the place. He's got 3 cute little girls that are really adorable. And in there is 2 shows that run during the week, and Coffee's is called The Coffee Break, and that is on Mondays. And I happen to be there, and which was my birthday, Monday, and I happened to be there, and somebody popped down the rabbit hole, and somebody I'd never met before, and they were talking, and I don't know if they want me to say their name or not, I don't know. I always feel funny about that. Like, do you say their name? Do you not say their name? Do they really want you to, let them know that you were whatever? I don't know. Anyway, this very, very, very nice gentleman popped down the rabbit hole and was talking about a new front end. And the new front end is called Steve, STEEVE .app, APP. And if you scroll down, you'll see a red circle that says "Peace out, homies." Peace. And if you click on that, it'll give you the link to the Steve.app. Is that what it is? Yeah, Steve.app. And you can use Steam Connect to connect to it. You can put your key in it. You can get into it just like any other front end. But this front end actually is supposed to learn what you like. It's an IA. And I don't know anything technical about IA. Absolutely nothing. So don't ask me for the technical questions or answers or even whatever, because I don't know. I have no idea whatsoever. So, but I was scrolling through it, and what it does is it learns what you like and what you read and look at. And then in your feed, I'm sure it uses like an algorithm, which sounds like that's a really big word for, I don't know, stuff. So it uses stuff. I got things popping up on this screen. It's just unreal. So it learns stuff about what you like or click on or redeem, and it shows you posts. It recommends posts from people that you're not following. And quite honestly, the first night, that night after I was told about Steve, the front end Steve, Steve was pretty smart, and he found me. I probably read more posts that night than I've read in a really long time, and posts from people that I've never seen before. And never, I don't know how I would have came across him if not for Steve. Now, the only thing that I can see that might become a problem is that Steve could get blamed, for a lot of things. Well, I was on Steve, and my husband would be like, what? You were doing what with Steve? And who's Steve? So, other than the name, but see, if you name it a girl name, then the guys get into more trouble, I think, than girls do. So, you could have called it Stevette? I don't know. I'm not sure. So anyway, Steve, I was really impressed with all the stuff that he showed me. And again, I read more posts and saw more videos that normally I wouldn't have seen. So I was really, really impressed with that. And that too is on my wall. Scroll down. And when I get done with this video, I'll put some links in about the things that I talked about too. So hopefully, if you're really that bored, you can go back and you can watch it. What is that saying? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so that is one really neat thing about that, is that there's all these front ends that are popping up, and I don't read technical posts because it hurts my head. So, like, if I need to learn something, I will Google it and then complain the whole way that I have to learn something new, and then I'll learn it and then move on, and then God forbid somebody asks me how I do something, because it's just I don't do things like the way you're supposed to do it, and I don't understand why I'm doing it that way. I just know that this works for me. That doesn't mean it's going to work for you, or that I actually know what I'm doing. Just the way it is. But it works for me. Now, like, if you could see this setup, I should take it. Did I bring my... Oh, no, I didn't bring my phone out. When I get done, I'll have to take a picture of my setup that's here, because it's actually very funny. It really is. And I just, it's actually pretty funny. Or interesting. Oh, that was the other thing. So I made this. It was a commercial for, there was a contest for, mentor steam. I'm horrible with names. 60 Seconds of Steam, and it was put out by I'll figure it out. Oh, Surfer Marley. It was put up by Surfer Marley? Oh, it was put up by Surfer Marley, who I don't know. Anyway, and it was, the premise behind it was to make a video, a commercial for Steam. So I did. I made one. And I showed it to one friend, and they went, and they offered a bunch of suggestions. Basically, really, like, scrap the whole thing. It sucks. Don't put this out there, and don't embarrass yourself. And I showed it to 2 other people, and they pretty much did the same thing. And I trust the people that said it, but I really liked it. I just thought it was kind of neat. So I made a deep hole, and I've never made a deep hole before. The bad thing is that in a deep hole, you can't embed a video in it. And the post is like, watch the video and then do the poll. So, if you're just scrolling through the deep holes, you're not going to see the video. You're going to have to click and then fill it out. The other thing I learned is that when you put down interesting, you need to put 2 interestings down, like interesting in a good way and then interesting in a bad way, because half the answers were interesting, but then you start thinking about it and thinking about the word interesting, and it's like, well, is that a good thing or is it a bad thing? And I'm not making another poll to find out if it was interesting in a bad way or a good way. So I learned a lesson there, that if you're going to do a deep hole and you're going to put interesting down, just do like interesting bad or one of the 2 instead of, or both. But if you just put interesting, it's going to leave you wondering what they meant by interesting, just for your own learning experience, because that's the first thing I came to. So Steve is really kind of cool and very different, and I don't know who made it. I have no idea, and let me see if I can go here and be able to read the chat without putting my glasses on, because somebody actually showed up in my chat. And what was the answer? Oh, Dream Steam. Well, and Dream Steam thought it was hilarious. She really liked it. She thought it was very funny. And someday we're going to be in the same room together, and we are going to do a commercial or something. She can sing, and I'll just make faces at her in the background because she sings like really good, like ridiculously good. Like she should be in the movies or something. And sing. She should. Because it's just now? Really? Your phone is really nice. I didn't know that. Well, I thought it was funny, and I thought it was interesting in a good way. So I just thought that then people would watch it because it was like, interesting in a good way. Be like, wow, what is this Steam all about? And everybody was like, it doesn't work that way, sorry. Oh, you just got home from work? Oh, okay. Well, I don't think I've really been all that interesting anyway. So, to tell you the honest truth, I'm just swinging it like I always do. And I wanted to do something fun, and I read a post by somebody else, and I wrote on them. It's really all her fault that I'm doing this because I was bored. I was really bored, and I don't want to watch Fox News. So I think what I am going to do is, how long have I actually been doing this? Okay. So there's this poll that I've been seeing out there. It's not a poll. Forget I said poll. It's a question doohickey thing that people have been doing. But only like really important people have been tagged in it. Not the little people that I know. And I don't know any of those important people, so I'm never going to get tagged in it. So what I figured is that I was just going to read those questions, because there's 10 of them, and then maybe it might end up interesting. Or not, but it's something. So the first question, what did you say? Oh, 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. So, the first question is, what supernatural power would you want to have? Well, the problem with that question is I already have a superpower, which is my white hair, and I can blind you to death. So, that's not really a fair question to start with, because I already have a superpower, and I earned every bit of it through just life, hard work in life. So I really can't answer that question. So we'll have to move on to the next question that I really have no idea what it is, because I didn't read ahead. Number 2 was, if you could choose your birthplace, where will it be and why? Like birthplace.